There we are. We are live. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Can't see me, but my name's Jason. I'm project lead for Team CETO here. Oh, already 16 people in the chat. We want to quickly introduce you to our crew this evening. We have, first up over here, our divers. David.
Hello.
On the right-hand side. We've got Raoul on the left-hand side. And our hosts tonight, lovely hosts, we have Arianna, who you'll remember from the last stream, and we have Nicole here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Sure.
Start with you, Nicole.
I'm a freshwater scientist, working out of Perth, and also an avid diver.
Yeah, excellent. Arianna, give us a quick recap on you.
Hello guys, so I'm about to graduate in marine biology and conservation, and I also been teaching diving for over 8 years now, so I'm really happy to be here today guys with you, and I hope you will love it. Yeah.
Excellent. Now back to the divers. David.
I'm David. I'm studying my PhD in coral species. Been a diver for about 7 years since I did my undergrad. Love diving, and I'm actually here with my best dive buddy, Raoul.
Hey guys, I'm Raoul. I'm a software engineer. I've been diving since I was probably 15 or something, and yeah.
Excellent. Great. Good to have you all here. Let's have a look at where we're going to be diving tonight. You can't see a great deal, but this is it. So we're just close to Fremantle here in Western Australia. And let's go for a wander, shall we?
Yay.
We'll get one of you guys to grab the box. This is our box that's going to be doing all of our streaming for us today with the new shore diving rig. And we'll wander down here. So it's a bit of a trip with all of this cable. We've got about 20 meters of cable behind this thing. So anyway, it can see now. It's a little bit treacherous here as well. How we're looking, guys? Good?
Do you want to show them the map?
Yeah, let's have a look at the map.
Put it on the floor. So, do you want to turn that light on?
No, it's all right. We're good here.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about the map that you've painstakingly created, Dave.
So we're here in Australia, and you can see the red dot. We're in Perth. So we've got our lovely Swan River that runs south of Perth. And we're here in a spot that we just called Camp Wallace Scout Hall, because it's a scout hall that does water activities. And so what we'll be doing is, there's a scout hall. We're entering this concrete pad here. There's a bit of a pole trail that leads to two wrecks. One's called the Alco Barge, and the other one's called the Gay Dragon, which was, it's referred to as a bit of a Chinese junk now, but it used to take logs upstream, up the river. So our aim is just to show you the marine life that's between this concrete pad and up to the wrecks, and hopefully we see some cool stuff.
Awesome. All right. Let's get in the water, shall we?
All right.
Apologies, I know that you guys will be hearing a little bit of double audio. That's because we've got both the camera in the underwater housing that you're going to be able to hear some beautiful underwater sounds, but of course it's also right next to the microphone that we're using, so that's why you've got a little bit of duplication happening there. It will go away as soon as Dave and Raoul have this camera. Okay, let's plonk this down here. There you go, guys. When you're ready, that's the...
Water's nice and warm.
Is it? All right.
Okay.
Cool. So bring
need that?
this. Yep. Drag this one down to the guys. I'll just put this one straight in the water for you. Hopefully I locked that all up and it's waterproof. It should be okay. Hopefully.
I'll leave you that torch. Yeah,
Oh, if you need.
Just hang on to it.
Okay. Are you sure? Because we don't have any video up here.
All good.
Alright, cool.
That was good as spare. It's all good.
Alright, so here with the girls now, watching the guys jump in. It'll take them a little bit of time. You should be able to see them all right there.
So it's actually a very nice evening out here today. We had a storm with 40 knots of wind and 6 meters as well. In the last few days.
You ready, Raoul?
Nice.
Okay, there you go, mate. Alright, 23 people here at the moment. Nice. I'll swap phones with you if you like. So that you actually get the phone with the microphone on it. There you go.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Okay, we've got Pam Vought from San Diego. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Alright, cool. How we looking, guys?
Wow.
One sec.
Okay, I'm glad the audio and the visual is good. I hope we will see lots of interesting things tonight, guys. We are in Perth at the Swan River. It's actually an estuary, and we are close to the ocean, so the water will be mainly saline, and so hopefully we will see lots of marine species. But we also have species that are adapted to different salinities and also fresh water, so it will be very interesting for all of us.
Yeah, so with the recent storms that we've been having, there's been quite a lot of fresh water come down through the Swan River catchments. So you may notice the light at the moment looking a little bit orange, but that'll only be on the top few meters, hopefully, just as the fresh water is moving out to sea.
So this sort of brownish color you see, guys, it's pretty much the tannin that get diluted into the water and comes from like organic matter, like wood and things like that, from the hills. And yeah, this is actually a nutrient source for lots of organisms living in here. Yeah, so hopefully we will have lots of productivity and lots of organisms, filter feeding, and yeah, hopefully, guys, you can see very well. Okay, the divers are getting ready, putting the regulators on.
That looks great.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Okay. Scuba Inc. New York City. I wonder if you are a scuba diver. Do we have any scuba diver tonight? Have you ever done any night diving? It sounds very scary, but it's very, very nice because you see organisms that you don't generally see during the day, and generally the marine wildlife, it's a little bit more active in the night because it's not that exposed to predators, and there is a lot more hunting and a lot more activity happening.
Okay, away they go.
Yeah. From UK, crazy. Thank you for joining the channel.
I see we have Scuba Hank. He does some awesome scuba diving videos. I saw one just the other day actually, where he did a dive with, I think it was a bunch of sea lions all like swimming around him and stuff like that. So good to have you here, Hank. I think it might be your first time to one of our streams.
So we can see a little bit of suspension, guys. It's a little bit silty, but it's actually pretty clear considering the sediment.
I'm just going to be a little bit annoying and remind you that this is your live feed. That's what the guys are seeing. So you want to be looking at this one and talking on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few plumes going on down there.
No, in crypto we're not using Starlink here today. We're actually using my shore diving rig, which is using just a single 4G SIM card. Oh, they've found a seahorse already.
Yeah, that's an hippocampus. That's very nice.
So right at the very start of the pole trail, there's lots and lots of life in the Swan River. As soon as you go down, there it is half the time.
We have some gobbleguts. Are those sort of glassy silver fish you can see hanging near the sediment, near the bottom. Very nice.
Actually, the visibility is looking pretty good there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
They didn't have to go down very far at all, which is fortunate.
So those structures you guys are seeing are the ropes that divers have installed down there, and it's amazing to see how much growth and sponges and filter feeding organisms there are over there, and the seahorse just hanging around. We mainly find it with this color or brownish or yellow in this area. They vary a little bit depending on the habitat.
We can wander back up to the benches if you like. We don't have to be here, so...
Yeah, true. Sorry. Yeah.
Alright. Following along the pole trail, just showing us all our encrusted life.
We've got an anemone. That's very nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so the anemone are very closely related to corals because they have this like radial symmetry, and they are like under the Cnidaria family. And if you think about the corals, you have all those little polyps, soft structures called polyps, and they actually look like a very, very tiny mini anemone. Go another one. So what the anemone does is with these tentacles try to open up as much as possible, covering as much surface area as possible to catch all those little particles in the water column. And then, as you can see, you have this tentacle movement towards the center of the structure where the mouth is located. So like little arms, catches the food, and then you pretty much bring it all the way to the mouth opening.
Oh,
David loves his UV light, doesn't he?
yeah. So showing us how they're fluorescing under the UV light.
What you see hanging around, a little sort of puffish, tiny little fish, is a toadfish. They're very common here. In Western Australia, they're a bit everywhere, and they're like puffer fishes. Sort of when they get scared or chased by predators, they sort of swollen up, and yeah, they're pretty cool. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop them in the chat. We are happy to answer any curiosity you might have. Yeah, correct. That's
toadfish.
UV.
Very inquisitive little toadfish. Sometimes you'll find a little crew of them following you around when you're down there.
Alright, we might have something here again. Let's see. Oh, that's a leather jacket. Okay, so it seems like it has a fan sort of belly shaped, and leather jacket use this sort of very wide pectoral fin to communicate. So they open it and close it to communicate. That's very interesting. We have also some jellyfish. So the divers are heading towards the channel, so the center of the river, where it's a little bit deeper, and we should have a depth of roughly 15 to 17 meters. Ooh, we've got some squids. Aha, very inquisitive. Those are cephalopods, like the cuttlefish. And they are actually very smart, and they can also change color, and looks like that the front is where the tentacles are, but they actually swim backward.
Scuba Hank's asking, what's the average water temperature? Fairly cool. I think it's about, Dave say about 18 degrees in there?
Yeah, of course that's 18 degrees Celsius for those of you who
yes.
are in America as well. Not sure what the conversion rate is, but Alex is usually pretty good at figuring that one out for us with a quick Google.
Because squid is back again.
I think we saw that guy the other night.
Maybe we did.
So the fish on the on the sediment over there. It's a flathead, and they can get pretty big in size, up to like sort of 40-50 centimeters as well. They camouflage very, very, very well. They bear it all the way under the sand, apart from the eyes. And they have this very wide mouth, and they sort of catch the predators, the prey, on the surprise. Yeah, they're very fast, and they can expand their jaw quite quickly.
David's signalling there that he's found something cool.
What I'm going to quickly do, guys, is I'm going to reconnect our host's audio, because it looks like we've delayed a little bit. Shouldn't make any difference to anything, but just give us a minute and I will do that. Alright, we should be back with our audio now.
Oh, okay. So we have a blue swimmer crab. Soon you will see the crab appearing.
There's our little entourage of toadfish.
Big school of them. So toadfish are very brave. They actually like humans. As you can see, they hang around the divers, and one of them seems like has a hook. He's asking for help.
Oh,
Has a hook in his mouth. Oh, that's very nice.
Oh,
I'm sure he appreciated that.
Stand this way a little bit more, because that wind is hitting the bottom of the microphone a little bit, so they'll keep it up.
Yeah, so what we were seeing before was a shrimp, was a western king prawn actually. So it's not really a shrimp, but it's similar, just bigger in size. Lots of sponges on the rope. It's amazing to see how much growth there is just on a simple rope. All these like filter feeding and suspension feeding organisms, they take advantage to be suspended on the water column. And we also have a sea star over there. Starfish. I think it's the biscuit starfish. That's what they call it.
Another starfish. Looks like we might be at one of the wrecks now.
So this is sort of uncharted territory for us now, guys. We haven't been this far with the shore diving rig before.
I think that might have been the dragon wreck, the gay dragon. It looks like they're back on the pole trail.
Okay.
Oh, there's a swimmer crab. Being as intimidating as it can, but they're actually just quite cute.
So as you can see, there is a blue color on the legs. And this is actually a male. The female is not blue at all, but that's why they're called blue swimmer crabs. And the male are actually generally a little bit larger in size. Okay, lots of ropes. sometimes the creation of an artificial reef can really help increasing the shelter for some organism, or sort of structures where they can hang on to. Yeah, lots of tunicates and sponges.
It's amazing just how much substrate is created by something as simple as a pole trail. Just how many organisms can pack themselves onto that one pole. Oh, okay, flashing our torch.
Ooh, that's a very colorful starfish. Oh, it looks like it's just four legs. Maybe there's a fifth somewhere.
Yeah, I think maybe behind. Is it going up or down, or who knows?
So they have little tube feet underneath, and they can move thanks to the hydroskeleton. So they are filled with water, and they just pump in and out the water to be able to move and sort of climb up on top of the poles that the divers installed. So Pemboth, they look like corals, yes, because they're quite colorful, but they are actually sponges mainly. In fact, you can see that they have this like siphon, this inflow sort of structure where they suck the water in and they absorb all the nutrient and then they pump it out. Corals, unfortunately, they don't really live in this one river. They've not been found here yet. Tunicates. See all these like feather-like structures. So they try to expand their surface to be able to catch as many nutrients from the water column as possible. Oh, we do have a little crab. Looks like a spider-like crab with a little sponge on top, looks like.
Is that a decorated crab?
Yeah, it can be.
Perhaps. Or a type of crab that they adorn themselves with little sponges and things as a form of camouflage. Potentially. They have moved on though. How cute. Oh, he's sleeping.
It's resting on the bottom. It was very, very cool before to see that fish that actually went towards the diver to ask for help. That was very nice, and the way like the diver caught it without any problem. Another starfish.
Ooh. They're coming up to the barge now, I think.
Yes.
This is a pretty cool wreck.
So we are in 17.6 meters of depth.
Oh, pretty deep.
Yes. Yeah, so this is also another sponge. So they have very soft structures. So this one here, yeah, so it's a boxfish and it should be a male. And it's a male because it's orange. I think the female, if I recall correctly, is yellow. So generally in nature, males have be more like brighter colors just to attract the females, as you can think for the birds. Birds have, generally the male birds have sort of a better pigmentation and they are more colorful. Okay, so we're seeing it's quite a lot of life, guys, so that's really nice.
Yeah, just sort of different kinds of sponges and things living on the flat substrate.
Oh, that was a cowfish swimming fast, and I'm not too sure about that fish. Actually, didn't see well.
Yeah, some of them moving pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was like blue spotted. Yeah, so the black and white one, yes, it is the toadfish, as a stripe along the body from the snout to the tail, let's say. Yeah, it's called banded toadfish because of that.
Showing lots of shells. We have lots of mussels and scallops and things living in the river as well. All marine estuarine species. So we have quite a lot of marine influence in the estuary, forming a salt wedge, which does tend to move up and down the river with the seasons, but here it's pretty much always salty. So we have a lot of marine life.
Marine life, yeah. However, these organisms, these species living in such a rush environment, they have very high tolerance to wide range of salinity and temperature. So yeah, they move up and down depending on how much it rains and the season and where the sort of like salt water sits. But they also have high tolerance. Ooh, okay. Not too sure what is that. Wow, seems like some sort of a pelagic fish, like a sort of trevally Samson. No,
blue.
It's very
blue.
Blue boxfish or something.
Yeah. So the one is the male of the. The one is a male one, pretty sure. It's this guy here. No. Thank God. Need to find that one. We'll let you know in a second the species, hopefully.
Oh, he's still hanging around.
Seems like a pelagic fish.
Yeah, I don't think I've
shape.
seen one like this here before.
Wow, there's so much growth on the sunken wrecks.
They're showing us all the fish that are hiding out under there. Oh, okay. We may have found our mystery fish. Perhaps.
Yeah, so we presume that the pelagic fish, black spotted you were seeing before, is the black-banded kingfish, which is sort of similar to the trevallies, sort of mackerel, Samson fishes. They're very hydrodynamic. They have this sort of torpedo-like shape to swim very fast.
Oh, what was the blue one? So was that the blue
Boxfish?
Boxfish.
Yeah, and that one should be the male. Oh yeah, so basically we are seeing 3 different boxfishes. So we're seeing a black, yellow spotted boxfish, which was actually the female, and then the orange one was actually the juvenile, and the blue is the male. And it can grow much bigger in size. Western smooth boxfish.
And we've got some catfish, a little school living under the wreck.
Yeah. Wow, there's so much life, guys. So the artificial reefs sometimes are a bit controversial because people think that, you know, you sort of have more rubbish under the water. But if, you know, you don't have all this like very harmful and pollutants like paints and things like that, and the wrecks are pretty clean, they don't have any electrical cables, things like that, sometimes it's better to leave them on the bottom of the ocean. So in this way, where you have only sand flats and bare habitats, you can have a bit of structure, and that helps towards like sort of have more breeding grounds and food sources and so on.
Our female boxfish.
Yeah, the western smooth boxfish. So that's pretty much endemic to Australia, but can be found in WA, but also in South Australia. We are on the lower part of the river, the Swan River in Perth. Here we have our 2 divers, adventurous divers. Okay. Some jellyfish swimming around. Yeah.
What was that?
Those jellyfish.
Yeah, the jellyfish.
Yeah.
Just have very short tentacles, so the crown of the tentacle is very, very short, and yeah, they just engulf more the nutrients with the body rather than catching it with the tentacles.
Yeah, we're quite fortunate as divers here in Perth that most of our jellyfish are not too bad. Don't have any really nasty stingers, which is great. A few of them can give you a bit of an irritating sting, but that's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah, we don't have any hurricane or box jellyfish. They are a bit more tropical, so you will find them north of WA, and those are the jellyfish that we should be worried about a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are harmless.
Okay, so I think we are getting towards the middle of the channel.
How long have the guys been down there now, do you know?
I think roughly half an hour,
Yeah,
40
okay.
minutes.
Yeah.
How much air would they have?
So you can stay quite a lot. I think they probably still have 100 bar, 80 bar, but depends. You know, every person has a different air consumption, depending how excited you are and if you're a male or a female. Funny fact, females have a better air consumption because we have smaller lungs.
We've got another wreck here.
Yeah. So they are probably heading to the opposite side, maybe to the gay dragon, or was it small?
Yeah, perhaps it's the gay dragon. Unless it's a whole new one. Probably the gay dragon.
We will hear
How
soon.
it's likely to be. I'm just watching because there's a boat heading up the river at the moment.
That's all good.
They're still on the pole trail, so
Yeah,
they won't be in the middle of the channel.
they are much more closer to the river bank. Actually, I don't think they are that further out. I think they're actually heading back now. It can get pretty cold down there, and generally sort of like standard bottom time is around 40 to 50 minutes, and because it's winter and it's probably 10-15 degrees out of the water, I reckon the water will be 15 to 18 degrees, but we will have a feedback very soon from the divers.
Oh, this is little crab here.
It's an hermit crab? Oh, no, not really.
Sure.
So to interrupt again, but I think we may have almost fixed the audio problem, so we should be just about back in sync, everyone.
Very nice. Thank you, Jason. Leopard, that's a good question. So generally we have compasses, so we sort of get the bearing before we get in the water, but in this case it's much more simple for them because they can just follow the ropes, and the ropes are going sort of perpendicular towards the center of the river. So the depth in this situation, it's a very good indicator of where you're going. So if you're getting shallower, you're obviously going towards the the edge of the river. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm glad we fixed the audio. Thank you for the feedback.
Not troubleshooting on the fly. This is why I brought 3 phones with me.
Thank you all for following us.
Jellyfish. We may be heading shallower now, so it's starting to get a bit browner.
Good point. Da-da-da-da, blue swimmer crab ready to attack. Has no fear whatsoever. That's a male again. If you recall, I was telling you about the blue color. The males are blue. And they're actually very good eating. For who is not vegetarian over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that pose, they are ready to attack. You have to be always careful if you're sort of very close to the bottom sometimes, because they can get you and they don't let go.
Oh, what have we got here? We've got some a different type of sea star. Very brightly coloured sponges as well.
And we got the
look
gobble
at him.
guts again.
That's really big.
Yeah, there are 2 of them actually. On top of...
And it's
Oh, and we also have on the opposite side an holoturian, which is a sea cucumber. I don't know if you can see that yellow-orange sort of organism with like sort of little apparatus protruding. We've got a night disco underwater. Some green light and blue light.
Just going to try resetting the video quickly.
So we do have mammals in the river. We actually have a population of 20 bottlenose dolphins hanging around this area. So we do have some mammals. However, they don't really like to be seen in the night. Actually, it's much harder to see them in the night, and they are easier to. Ooh, okay. So we have seen a leather jacket. Sorry guys, we missed that before. They have amazing colors, and near the snout, as you can see, they have some sort of longer appendage.
Like a unicorn.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. They're beautiful. Is that a feather star?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also called basket star. Likes to hang on surfaces, and it can actually swim with those long appendages. In when you do a night dive, it's very cool to see the difference from the day to the night in terms of behavior of marine life. They are quite attracted to the torch, to the light, so they tend to come a bit closer to the divers and sort of have a look at what is going on. And so we're very lucky to see all these fish quite close to us tonight. Got another sea cucumber over there, Holoturian family. They also catch nutrients from the water column using the tube feet or tentacles that they have at the front.
Got a couple of them in a variety of different colours.
Mm-hmm.
Quite beautiful.
So yeah, all the structures, it's a bit hard to say what they are, but they can be remains of I guess small boats, or like maybe logs,
Yeah.
sort of debris like that.
What's this? Oh. Yeah, it looks like old
Is that
cables or something.
Flatfish, flathead. Looks like a boat.
Yeah, I think this might be parts of an old boat, perhaps.
So there's a bivalve over there. As you can see, guys, there are two shells. So it must be in some sort of scallop.
Oh, awesome. Disco lighting.
Sea cucumbers. They are purple and yellow, as you can notice, as the sponges. So they are very similar in color to the local sponges they are surrounded by. So they camouflage, pretending that they're sponges, and yeah, sort of sitting on the bottom. Bivalves, tunicates and sponges.
So sea star, I think.
Wow, this
Bright
is
orange.
very nice red. Quite big too, I would
Colour
say.
down there.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, so back on the pole trail.
We are chasing something, are we? No, yeah, maybe. I think we're, yeah, definitely heading back to shore.
See that the quality's got a little bit worse because obviously the box is floating around following the divers around, so it may get better or worse 4G signal as it floats to different areas. That's why we've seen some pixelation around the place as well. Either that or the box is slowly filling with water, and I hope that's not the case. Yeah, we can see the box heading back
Yeah.
towards us.
Yeah. So that's proof it's still floating.
More sea stars. Starfish, even if they're not fish.
There's some different types of sponges again. Oh. So it's the starfish eating the sponges off the poles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the mouth is located underneath, and they eat on the benthos, which is the benthic. Benthos is like the benthic life, so whatever lives on the sand, on this silty substrate. And we have also some coralline structures. Even if they're not corals, they have some calcium carbonate. So some of these sort of sponge-like structures, organisms, are a little bit harder than the sponges because they have this calcium carbonate. So they a bit harder.
Ooh.
Western king prawn. So those are the favorite of the divers, that they want to prepare a good dinner after the dive.
Yep.
They actually love the light. They sit right there and they wait for you, and they're very easy to catch. The ecosystem here is very healthy, so there's a big population, and you can actually go out there and catch them without worrying about catch limit, size, anything like that. But we obviously tend to avoid the female breeding. Okay. The diver was trying to show us the dive profile, but I think
Yeah.
soon we will know a bit more about it.
Yeah. Oh. Well, we have a casualty.
So we have a blue swimmer eating a mussel, and he's actually not eating only the flesh but also the shell itself. That was interesting. Bit of disco.
What have you found?
Whoa, okay. So
Ooh.
this is a very big fish, very big one. It seems like it's not a morwong. It's probably a dusky morwong, maybe,
Or perhaps
or a Malloway actually.
Malloway?
That's a Malloway because it has like this sort of stripe of little holes on the dorsal part of the body, and it was very big in size.
Yeah.
I think
No wonder there was a lot of excited torch movement going on there. Come get him before he swims away.
they have very vocal fish. They actually emit sounds to attract females, and you can actually hear them quite often when you go diving in the river. And that's because they want to attract more females, so you have more reproductive potential and all that. So they're very, very vocal. Yeah, exciting, Lydia. Hi, Mani Gupta. Thank you for following us. I wonder where you guys are following us from. That Malloway must have been at least half a meter. Sorry, I'm talking in metric, not imperial. Forgive me if there is any.
A few feet, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 feet.
Perhaps too, yeah. He's big.
Jellyfish upside down. So yeah, the divers are following those ropes that have been installed probably a few years back.
Yeah, they have been there a little while, but they've sort of fixed up a couple of years ago. They'd have sort of disintegrated, or boats with their anchors had pulled quite a few of the poles out. So yeah, the guys went down and fixed it up.
Anemones. So,
Got
yeah.
one. You see them bringing their arms in every so often.
Bioluminescence. Here it comes.
Oh wow.
So the sea anemone is called purple tapped sea anemone. Pakisrianthus species, so that's the genus. We cannot really ID it more than that. Toadfish everywhere.
Ever-present toadfish. What are you up to now, say?
Considering the 2 weeks of rain and the big storm we had in previous days, conditions are pretty good, and yeah, we have quite good visibility. I reckon maybe 3 meters or so. We can also hear the bubbles of the divers getting close to shore. We cannot see the lights.
I can see it coming in here between those two boats.
Aha, okay. But we can definitely hear the bubbles. It's like a jacuzzi. Ooh, another anemone, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Funny ones. And they get so fat because they get lots of fish scraps from the people that they try to catch, the actually blue swimmers. So they throw in the water these pots with like baits, and then the toadfish can actually get in there and get a good feast and get nice and fat. Oh, we might have maybe a, it's a bit hard to see. So there's a little trevally swimming around and some sort of gobby, little tiny fish, very, very fast.
So although this wasn't the whole boat experience today, Nicole, this is your first time with us on one of our live stream dives. What do you think?
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah?
I really like this, yeah. This is such a cool setup as well.
Oh, this is very bare bones compared to the boat, isn't it, Arianna?
Yes, yes, I agree. But I think it's good to go exploring a variety of habitats. Okay, we've got one diver out of the water, actually, at
You
the
guys
surface.
probably did.
Away.
Yeah,
Yes!
it's
That's my first away. That's so cool.
huge. Not sure if you can hear
Positive
David from
energy.
here, guys, but the first thing he said when he popped his head out of the water is something, it's cold.
And then, did you see the mulloway? Yes, we did.
That was a big boy. Yeah. Yeah, so when it rains, apart from all this fresh water that entered the system, we also have a drop in temperature.
How big was it? About half a meter?
No, bigger than that. Probably about 80. Yeah, big boy. I've never seen him all the way.
Okay.
Got orange tannins.
That was so
Yay.
See, that's our fresh water coming out to sea from all that
Oh,
storms.
it's a
we
bright
had.
torch, huh?
They are not the tannins that you find in the red wine, guys. Just to distinguish.
More similar to tea.
Yes. Divers are getting out of the water. Now we're gonna ask them to do a couple of lapses up and down here so they get warm up. So what's the water temperature, guys, at the end?
14 degrees.
14 degrees, they say. 14
14.
Celsius.
Yeah, I wonder what that is in Fahrenheit.
I wasn't
Not
expecting
much.
that.
European lakes, it's up there.
At the moment, also the ocean is from the shore. If you do a shore dive, it's 14 degrees at the moment. But if you go a little bit further out, we have the Lewin current, which it's a southward current that brings warmer water from Indonesia, and out there is 20 degrees. If you go a little bit towards the continental shelf, at the end of the continental shelf, not that far, but yeah. 14. These guys have been very brave.
Yeah. That was so awesome.
They're very excited about the mulloway they saw. They estimate it was 80 centimetres long.
57 Fahrenheit. Thank you, Alex.
Oh, thank you.
So it's very beautiful at the moment because we have no wind, and Perth is one of the windiest city in the world. It's actually the third windiest one in the world. In summer we have this super strong sea breeze in the afternoon, but not in winter, fortunately. So you have pros and cons in winter. It's much better diving in terms of like swell and wind, these kind of conditions, but it's a bit colder. So if you have a dry city, you have a bit of money, then it's fine. Otherwise, yeah, you can get some shivers. But I will say it's well worth it. Don't you think, guys?
Okay.
Very nice. So what was the dive profile, guys, at the end? How long did you stay down there?
50. Let me check. I think it was only 44 minutes. But
44 minutes. 52 minutes in 14 degrees of water. One of the two divers has only a wetsuit, open sail actually, which is for free diving. So it's not as warm. So these guys have been very brave. And 17 meters depth, right? Roughly the maximum depth. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Leopard. I hope you have seen some species that you've never seen before. Thank you, TCI. Yeah, so the divers were towing the box at the surface, and the box was connected to a 20-meter cable. He has a little bit of drag, but not too much if you don't have wind at the surface, fortunately. And Alex is asking what's in the box, what's in the magic box.
Magic stuff, Alex, magic stuff. Right. What I'm going to do is just aim this to everyone. You can all talk a little bit about the dive and things before we finish off. You can take the mic over there with you. You can all head there.
Hello again.
Now we're not
Nice
going
and
to
warm.
leave the guys out in the cold too long, so let's start with Raoul. What do you think? How did it all go?
Visibility was surprisingly good considering all the rain we had the last couple of days. Yeah, I mean, I was fine temperature-wise. He's shivering a bit.
No, it was good. It was an awesome dive.
Yeah.
To see that mulloway was a highlight.
Nice.
Especially after you asked if I'd ever seen a mulloway, and I said no.
Here we go.
That was really cool. That was really special.
Very exciting times. Thank you for the UV light and the bioluminescence that you
Worked?
provided. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, we could have seen it well in the anemone.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'd like to say a big thanks to the guys for jumping in. We know it's pretty cold.
He's going to take off in a second.
Yeah.
Bye, Raoul.
And of course,
flying.
Nicole, Arianna, thank you very much for joining us, doing all the talking for the stream. We look
Thank
forward
you.
to catching
Thanks
up
for
with
having
you all sometime soon at another official dive, or maybe a cleanup. I believe we're going to do a cleanup day, wandering around, picking up rubbish around the shorelines to help the environment a little bit sometime soon. So for those of you watching on mammals.tv, thank you or tv.mammals.com, thanks a lot for joining us. I'm glad we could get you some interesting footage, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Thanks a lot for your help, Alex, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for following. Have a good day or night or both or